Well, hey everybody, Andy Cavernan here with another Cornerstone Connection Daily Devotional. Do you ever wish you could just push fast forward on life? I wish we could push fast forward right now and get through all the stuff that we're dealing with, whether it's the political season or dealing with COVID. A lot of disappointments, a lot of challenges, I know, for all of us. I just today had what I call a first world problem, but disappointed to hear that the football season for my sons, who I love and love watching play, Christy and I do, has been postponed again, at least for a couple weeks, and it feels kind of foreboding, disappointing. You know, football was such a big part of my growing up years and high school experience, and I'm lamenting the missing out of that for them. I wish I could push fast forward. We could just get through this and get back to life, you know, the way that we would want to. And it's interesting, at the end of the book of 2 Chronicles, the people of Judah finally are reaping what they've sown, really. God warned them through all these prophets. They kept rejecting him, and now Babylon comes, and sure enough, the prophecies that have been foretold come true. Babylon ransacks Jerusalem, carries them off into exile. And you sort of just go, oh, this is a heavy, long time, 70 years of exile. I love what happens in the book of 2 Chronicles. 2 Chronicles is really about God implementing and engaging his people in worship, and how the people engage the Lord through worship in the temple. And it's about God's preservation of that. And you notice at the end of 2 Chronicles, we have this heading, and you know the headings aren't necessarily part of the original biblical canon, but they're helpful. We have this heading at the end of 2 Chronicles 36, Jerusalem captured and burned. And so we're living in that. It's tough. It's hard. Everybody is struggling. But then, do you know what the next heading is? One would think it'd be, well, Jerusalem in exile. And of course, we have exilic books, Esther. We have Daniel. We have other books written to the people in exile. But in 2 Chronicles, they hit fast forward. And they go right to the end of the time of exile. The next heading is the proclamation of Cyrus. You can see it in my Bible, right here. You've got, Jerusalem is ransacked, and then the proclamation of Cyrus. What's going on here? Well, the proclamation of Cyrus comes at the end of the exile, after 70 years of the people being in Babylon, or just about, and Persia has come to power, and Cyrus says, after 70 years, you can go home. Why is that in 2 Chronicles? Why the fast forward? Well, I think the writer of 2 Chronicles wants to communicate, look, yes, it's going to be hard. Yes, it's going to be different, but let me give you the end game. God is also going to do what he said he would do, not only about Babylon coming and carrying you off into exile, but also about bringing you back and maintaining his remnant and reestablishing his worship in the temple, eventually no longer a physical temple, but now a temple made up of the church through the presence of Jesus Christ. God is going to be worshiped. And so listen to this. This is just a joyous thing at the end of some really hard news in 2 Chronicles. It says this, "Now in the first year of Cyrus, king of Persia, that the word of the Lord by the mouth of Jeremiah might be fulfilled, the Lord stirred up the spirit of Cyrus, king of Persia, so that he made a proclamation throughout all his kingdom and also put it in writing. Thus says Cyrus, king of Persia, the Lord, the God of heaven, has given me all the kingdoms of the earth, and he has charged me to build him a house at Jerusalem, which is in Judah. Whoever is among you of his people, may the Lord his God be with him. Let him go up." And then the book ends. That's it. That's the end of the Chronicles of the kings of Israel. And what's amazing about this is the last word is that God again superintends, God again intervenes, and God uses a secular ruler, Cyrus, to accomplish his purposes, that he might be worshipped and that his people might experience peace with him. Hang in there, church. Hang in there, child of God. Hang in there, seeker of God. God is doing a work, and if we're but open to his work, and if we're but trusting in his plan, we will see his goodness in the land of the living. We can trust him. You can trust him. God bless you, and we'll see you soon.